Hi there, this time another Garant Swiss, and it looks like there's a billion Necros, so this is going to go very poorly, to say the least. And luckily, well, it's not even luckily, because I would say luckily we don't have a Necro first, but it doesn't matter because we have one of these first. This could be worse, could be a lot better. I'd say I'm not going to take it because I actually can play something earlier because of the because I'm going second. Quite the advantage. Oh wow. All right. Look at the top 4 cards of opponent's library, choose 2 and put it in their graveyard. Well, good, a mill. I friggin' hate him. Horrible. Okay, so this comes out right here. I hate him so much. It's pisses me off. Alright, gargoyle. Yeah, just gonna sit there placing stuff in front of me until I... and it's got magic resist, of course. Yeah, just gonna place stuff in front of me until I am milled out. It's a bunch of bullshit. Probably gonna move that up now, and gargoyle, magic resist. It does not look like a creature that would resist magic. I hate all the creatures that are like, it's incorporeal, but it has flesh. Totally denying the existence of the word incorporeal. Okay, well, place a card used as an ability. It must target that if possible. Well, that is a bunch of balls. That means I can't use my TP. Alright. Well, I'm just gonna get the damage through and play another Jugs. And maybe another one of these. It would just get destroyed. Instead, I should draw, but I'm going to use magic. And... I'm actually going to place this down here, actually. I double actualied that. That's how actual it is. Because it only has 1 retaliation, and it doesn't have anything involving, it's not incorporeal, so at least I can do physical damage. Alright. Need a retaliation there. Bunch of balls. Doing 1 damage to every creature wouldn't be bad at this point. It could be a lot better, however. Yeah, that's actually not going to work so well. Well, it's weird. Okay, so I can actually still use my teleport. Alright. Then, what kind of magic we got? Dark and primal. Let's get out more of this. And... can actually do the damage there. And magic resist is only half damage. Oh shit, that means I should have attacked with that first. Damn. Double damn. I could just use that to block. Good enough. Done screwed up. That 3 damage is gonna kill me. Because eventually, I mean, all these things that have, you know, I mean, this has 3 damage, this has 2 damage, 1 retaliation, so quite the problem. Okay. No buffs available. And yeah. Well, guess I could play this. And if it survives, it'll be pretty bad for them. Alright, so we get that out of the way, do some damage. Do some damage to that, perhaps. Get out this here for some more tankage so I can deny that space. And I could finish that off, but doing the extra damage to the face would be pretty fancy right now. Actually, finishing that off would be pretty decent at the moment. But you know what? I'm going to go right to the face. And we're going to need more magic. Alright. Fetters. What are you going to do? Jugs in this? Or... alright. field piling up. Okay. Using your discard ability. Instant, choose a target. Unused spell card from graveyard. And you can play it. And there comes more fetters. So now everything has been nubbed. Damn it, mute. Alright. Well, still no buffs. So, might as well just do more face damage. Teleport this up here, do some more. And then we're pretty good right now. Doing good. Might as well just... Could move that out of the way. I'm gonna need to draw. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, let's just... we could leave that there. So we have a better chance of doing damage. Yeah. Do some damage to that. Play this so that we actually have some damage potential on the field there. Some here perhaps. Alright. So now we have a lot of ways to win. And this has not been very mill-tastic. I thought it was going to be super mill-tastic, but it wasn't. So I'm pretty happy about that. Oh man. When it enters the battleground, take a spell, graveyard into your hand. Okay. Oh damn. Gonna kill something off. Alright. So that means it's, oh, I can't use that shit. Well, in that case, we can finish that off. And pow. And say you need to play a fortune. Draw a card. And, oh wait, I can just do the damage. I didn't even need to do that. Ugh. I've been on a regular sleep schedule this time, and now it's almost it's past midnight, which means I'm long overdue for sleep. Regardless, moving on to round 2. And it looks like for this round, we got an academy. Oh wait, we just fought the academy. Okay, so it hasn't updated. Right. So, it's a Kethor. That's even worse. Shit. Well, we got a DA, but it's not going to last. Not even a little bit. That's quite unfortunate. Horrible. Alright. That would actually be a good time to get the magic out instead, but going for the might. Now, do I want to get that out or this? This would not survive. This is more damage potential. It is dangerous to get this out because he does have a firebolt. But if he doesn't by some miracle, then they'll be alright. Let's get on more might. Firebolt, yep. Fairly standard. So we get this out instead. And get the magic finally. And now he plays the Elephant in front of my jugs. Or he lightning strikes. Damn, that has wind. Oh shit, he has billions of removal. That's terrible. That is absolutely shit-tastic. Alright. Let's draw. See what we get. Another DA. Damn it, should have drew first. And this here. Not looking up. And he doesn't have many creatures coming out. But that is good enough. Yeah, it doesn't need many more than that. I feel like I should finish it off immediately. Too much damage on the field right now. I need to get board control back. And I can't risk playing this right now, so there's no point. I might as well just try to get rid of that. Alright, so this comes out. Smacks that in the face. We firebolt it. Do a little bit of damage or block. Right now, we need to block because we don't have any other choice. And we also need more cards. Now is when he hits that and then firebolts it. Still has the resources to do so. Here comes the firebolt and the hit. Yep, as soon as I moved it out of the way, I knew I made the mistake. Horrible mistake at that. And now he has Enrage, which means he is invincible. Okay. I need to clear more of his board as well. Oh man. That is absolutely shit-tastic. I pretty much have to expend everything on that. Not much choice in the matter. And let's see, I can throw this out here. But that would be fodder. Oh well. Not much I can do about that. At least it evens the field a bit more. I'd like to play something with a bunch of HP, but even that would still die because, unfortunately, his ability does not get rid of his enrage counters when it's used, which is stupid. It's really, really bullshit. That'd be the best way to fix him, is just to say, okay, when you use your ability, just like whenever you attack, you lose your counters. Horrible. He has too much removal. I mean, he has wind magic and fire. That's cheap and expensive removal. And then he has pretty much free removal in the form of his ability. Okay, so this is dead. We stick that here. We do that. And that's about all I can do. So that's game. There's ways around it probably if I just played, you know, bigger creatures, but I just don't want to deal with it. Kethor is too much of a pain in the ass to deal with, especially in arena. But oh well, moving on to round 3. We are going against a Zorm. So having HP would be pretty good. Having this area blast would be decent. Not ideal, because really you actually want to kind of outpace a Zorm, because if you don't, he builds up his strength too fast and ends up killing you. So playing with this sort of set is probably not going to go very well. But because he didn't have a turn 1 play, I'm feeling a little bit better. But he may just play something really screwed up right now, so. Demented, that's not bad. It could be a lot worse. Alright. That means we can get out our area denial. And we could throw it down here, but it could just get firebolted, so instead we play it here. Alright. Not much else we can do. Would have liked to actually get the magic up. But, meh. Yeah, because of the jugs. I would have liked to actually TP the jugs to maintain my my lead in board presence. Oh well. Do that damage and that, and get out this perhaps. Or 2 of these. No, because that would just lead to sweep, which I'm not interested in dealing with. Yeah, we could get this out and that, which would be fancy. It's probably the better idea. And say Fortune. We're going to need that magic now. So next turn, we can actually get rid of his jugs and place something in its place so we can fill the board with lacerators. And that would be pretty great. Deny billions of space. And then if he plays another jugs in front of one of those, I could just nuke it with one of these. Of course, he probably has firebolts lying around because it's fairly cheap. Allows him to keep throwing out the tanky, big-ass melee creatures while still removing stuff. Fiery Rage. Interesting. Alright, so he gains +1 in Berserk. He does not have Primal, so he's not going to be teleporting around, so I guess he's just trying to rush me down, which is reasonable for a Zorm. But at the moment, he can't play another melee, because if he plays another melee, he's screwed. Oh, damn. Drawing all the cards. Alright. So now, we can get our magic up, get rid of that, and suddenly, we have more board presence than God. Okay, great. And it's funny, because now that's berserked, which means it's stuck there, and he can't block with it. How awesome is that? He has 5 resources. I'm doubting he can block enough, and even if he does, it would just get nuked by my area blast. So, unless he starts fireballing, which is possible, or he uses a Forbidden Flame, which is possible, he's pretty screwed. And even if he does, I can get this out and start taking, like, minute pinpricks out of his HP that way. And all I would need is 2 in order to get this out. Yeah, alright, so that certainly works, but not enough. Nope. Nope. Oh man, it's hilarious. That really screwed him up. He thought he had the lead, trying to outdamage me, but that did not work very well. Awesome. Went better than expected. And I leveled up. Oh shit. Nice. Very nice. Well, let's see if I get a pack. And the results are in, and I did in fact get an Emilio's pack, which is amazing, because out of all the Swiss tournaments I've ever competed in, I've only had, like, let's say 2 Emilio's packs ever. So, I'm rather interested to see what is in this, to say the least. Excellent. Okay, so, we did in fact get a new card, but I'm not entirely sure if this is even new because it's premium. The first time a card goes in an opponent's graveyard. Ew. Ew. Voidtainted Djinn. When it destroys a creature, put more mill. Nope. Surprise attack. Interesting, but obviously because, you know, all the rest of this stuff isn't glowing, I have one already. But it's nice to have more, I suppose, if I'm not at my max. Another Black Skull Goblin, if I'm not at my max for that, that's also welcome. An Exhaustible Mine is alright. Although you'd really have to build a deck around that kind of thing to actually make it work. Fortified Outpost. Huh. Yeah, I mean, that's useful. If opponent has more creatures on the battleground than you gain 4 resources. That helps you get a board presence. Not bad. And more Soul Harvest that I don't really need. And Guardian Angel. Not so amazing. Well, I think I needed actually another Lammas. So I'm okay with that. I'm actually lacking in base set Necro creatures for some reason, so I'm glad to see another one of those. Well, not bad. I'm glad I got a pack, despite getting probably like, what place was it even? No, it doesn't actually say. Oh well. See you next time.